Just about set to go for some non-conference action between the Kalamazoo College Hornets. Making a long trip out west. Game 2 in their 4-game West Coast swing. They're taking on the Whitman Blues here in a battle of two teams. Each closer to 500 on the season. Austin Samuels with you here. It is a gorgeous sunny Saturday afternoon at James Hayner Field on the campus of Whitman College in Walla. Thanks for joining us today afternoon. The Kalamazoo College Hornets from Kalamazoo, Michigan at 2-5 overall on the year. They have lost 4 consecutive. Looking to get back on the winning track today on the road. Whitman Blues 3-4 overall, but Whitman has won back-to-back games. They're looking to make it 3 straight here today. For Kalamazoo College again, 2-5 overall in the year, and 13 last year. 3-4 conference play in the MIAA conference. They were picked to finish 5th season poll this year. Opened the season with a massive 23-0 win over Elmhurst. They've gone 1-5. They lost their last 4 contests, being outscored 93-52 during that. Their first 5 games of the season at home. Now they're out west on a extended spring break trip. Whitworth on Thursday, taking on Whitworth. They'll continue out west for 2 more non-conference next Wednesday and after the sound next Friday. That game on Thursday was a good one between 13-12. Whitworth beats Kalamazoo by a single goal. Kalamazoo got off to a 4-1 early advantage. They trailed 12-9 in 4 quarters. They scored 3 straight, tie it at 12 with under 9 minutes to go. Lose it by just 1, 13-12. That's something this Kalamazoo team has been a little bit used to in their games last season. They were decided by 1 goal, which is just rare at this level of women's lacrosse. Just 1 goal. They won 2 of them and lost 2 of them last year. Had a lot of positive stats against Whitworth on Pirates by 5. They were plus 11 on the draw, but really it was the free positions for Whitworth. They drew a lot of fouls and a lot of free positions on the arc. They managed to convert 7 of them, and Kalamazoo had 0 free positions. 4 overall, but the Blues have won back-to-back games. They just went on a spring break trip to Texas and trip. They actually just got back late on Thursday night from Texas. They won 2 out of the opening game to the College of Booster, and then won back-to-back against UMass Boston and Southwestern University. The home team out there get 3 straight is a lot of expectations in the preseason. They were picked to finish. They have never won the Northwest Conference. They have never gone to the NCAA tournament. Looking to win here today. Last year, going on that road trip. And came back and sort of figured out how to play well as a team down the stretch last season. And maybe a trip out of Washington down to Texas in the long run. We'll see about that here today. Winning the last time on Thursday, a win over 1 point. They scored 10 straight goals on Thursday. that game to 10 for Southwestern, and Whitman had 20. Possession on the game, and were very effective on the more against Southwestern University. In that game, Southwestern Whitman had 6 different players score, and or rather 7 different players score, and 6 of them had multiple goals. Big game for Sarah Hawkins, who was the Rookie of the Year in the Northwest Conference last year. She had 4 goals and 3 assists. She had a really big road trip down in Texas. As we'll get through the starting lineups here for both teams. First for the visiting Kalamazoo College Hornets, who are 2-5 on the year, looking to end a 4-game losing streak. Marin Miroslavic gets the start. She's a sophomore attack. Sophie Hartel gets the starting nod, a senior midfield. Ella Spooner gets the start as senior attack. Caitlin Grice will start between the posts. She is a junior goalkeeper. Tessa Fuller, one of the key pieces of this Kalamazoo attack. She gets the start, a junior attack. Eden Janitis is a freshman defender. She gets the starting nod. Grace Barber starts on defense. She is a sophomore. Jordan Doyle gets the start as senior attack. Kennedy Hind gets the start for Kalamazoo, junior midfielder. Ainsley Ware gets the nod on the defensive side of things. She is a junior. Mackenzie Newhall is a junior defender. She gets the start, and Abby Kaza is a senior attack. On the flip side of things for the Whitman Blues at 3-4 on the year, looking for their 3rd straight win here today on their home field. Tegan Huff gets the start as senior midfield. Joy Olsen Jarrett's gets the nod, a sophomore defender. Andrea Garcia gets the start as well, a junior defender. Molly Lampart, a first-year standout, gets the start. She plays in the midfield. Sarah Hawkins, the reigning Rookie of the Year in the Northwest Conference, start a sophomore attack. Emily Odegaard, a newcomer on this Whitman team, gets the start. She is a sophomore midfielder. Nell Harvey gets the start on defense. She is a sophomore. McConaughey gets the start, a sophomore attack from Calgary, Alberta. For the Blues, she leads them in goals this day, coming into today. Alessi gets the start. She is a sophomore attack. Lindsay Pacina Little gets the starting nod as a senior midfield. And Sarah Miller is a first-year midfield. She has 29 draw controls this year to lead the 6th best in the Northwest Conference. Gets the start between the posts for Whitman, a junior goalkeeper. Pause playing of our national anthem. It's Kalamazoo and Whitman in conference action coming up in just a minute. Just about set to roll here between Kalamazoo College and the Blues. Thank you so much for joining us on your Saturday afternoon. We're just sunny spring day here in Walla Walla. James Hayner Field on the campus. Austin Samuels with you here. Along with our sports crew here at Whitman, Kalamazoo. The Hornets at 5 overall on the year. Put an end to a 4-game losing streak here today. They're led by second-year head coach Grayson Root. Played collegiate lacrosse at Northern Michigan. It's an all-conference selection there. She's leading this Kalamazoo College team. On the flip side for Whitman, losing 4 on the year. They've won back-to-back games in a row. Led by head coach Chris Duncan, who was the Northwest Conference Coach of the Year last season. A little bit Ellis in there for Kalamazoo College in the orange uniforms today, and Whitman in their home white. For the Blues. Kalamazoo has lost 4 today. Down in Texas. For some more success here on their home field. Our officials making sure everyone is in the correct spots. We're ready to circle. Spooner for Kalamazoo and Miller for Whitman, and we're underway. Kalamazoo the draw. They'll be on the attack first. Fifth in the MIAA conference in goals per game. They were really good on the draw against Whitworth on Thursday. Still were unable to come away with a 13-12. And they're passed back into the mid side of your screen. And with back in the attacking in the orange uniforms. Looking to end a 4-game losing streak. Behind the net, it's Doyle. Off to Abby. Working on Andrea Garcia. The Hornets working it around. Errant pass. Kalamazoo still with it. Pass in, scooped up by Lola McConaughey. Goal scorer for the Blues this year. Lola's got 22 goals on the season. Their first attack. Tegan Huff all the way. And they reset behind the net. And there's to Sarah Hawkins, who had a really solid week down in Texas. A little bit more of the offense through Hawkins. And she delivered for the Blues. Is solid. That's weak for Whitman. Looking to keep it going. She scores. And it's on the board first. Into this game. For Ellie and Whitman 1-0. Malessi had 5 goals in Texas. She has scored now in the last 4 games. Was a Metro All Ballard High School as a senior. Her sophomore year, and lose early 1-0 lead. 10th season for Ellie Malessi. In front 1-0. Back to Russell Widow. Miller in there for Whitman. She's been so good this year. The conference. And Whitman wins the draw. Sarah Hawkins comes away with it. In there. They would give them their 3rd in a row. Ellie Malessi Hawkins patiently setting up the offense around the man. On that part. First year for the Blues. Hawkins on that. He's looking for a cutter inside. Leslie scores again. Rips the back of the net. 2 goals for Leslie. Second of the day for the sophomore from Seattle. 11th of the season. And a nice pass there from Sarah Hawkins. Who leads this team in a. That is her 20th of the season. Hawkins had an unbelievable trip down in Texas. 9 goals and 10 assists in 3 games for her. She finds Ellie Malesi there. Whitman with a 2-0 advantage. We're not even 3 minutes into the game. Back to the draw circle. Miller in there for Whitman. And it's Spooner for Kalamazoo College. The Hornets. Possession so big, especially early. And Kalamazoo College comes away with it. Tessa Fuller, one of the leading scorers for this Hornets team, has it far side. 17 goals for her on the season. The Hornets 5th in their conference in goals per game. They've really struggled on the defensive end this year. Janitas has it knocked free by Tegan Huff. It will stay with Kalamazoo College. Hornets working it around. They lost 13-12 to Whitworth on Thursday. And a takeaway. Andy Garcia comes away with it for Whitman. Streaking into the midfield. Blues have had possession for the vast majority of the contest thus far. They lead 2-0 on 2 Ellie Malesi goals. Whitman looking for their 3rd win in a row. Last year, this Whitman team started the bulk of the early season on the road. Head coach Chris Duncan said that time really helped them bond and figure out who they were as a team, and they played really well down the stretch at home, hoping to do the same again here. Chris Barber takes it back for Kalamazoo. Into the midfield. Hornets trying to get something going. Marin Miroslavic into the attacking third. Up ahead. At the edge of the fan, that's Tessa Fuller. She's the leading point getter on this team. 17 goals, 10 assists. One rookie in the MIAA conference. Inside Fuller fires a shot, and it's scooped up by Ren Novak between the posts for Whitman. They get the clear quickly into the midfield. Here come the Blues. It's the defender who starts the break. Behind the net, here's Ellie Malesi. She scored 2 goals with thus far. Just 5 minutes in, the Blues with the lead. and wants to talk things over. So he will grab timeout. A 2-0 lead for the Blues. 2 goals for Ellie Malesi thus far. Both happened in the first couple minutes of the game. Since then, we've been pretty much deadlocked. 5:40 left, first quarter. Austin Samuels with you here along with the rest of our Flow Sports crew at Whitman College. Thank you so much for joining us here on your Saturday afternoon. James Hayner Field in Walla Walla. And for Blues fans, you can visit whitmanblues.com for all of your up-to-date information on Whitman athletics, including current team schedules and student-athlete features. Also follow Whitman Athletics on X, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The Blues looking for their third win in a row. They are 3-4 on the campaign overall. Have yet to play their first Northwest Conference game. That is coming up here in a couple weeks. Whitman will really round out their non-conference slate Monday. They'll play Chapman here at home. Chapman coming up from Southern California. That'll be Monday at 11 a.m. If you want to catch that one, we'll have it for you here on Flow Sports. And then it's into Northwest Conference play. And the Blues will start on the road in Northwest Conference play at George Fox Friday, April 3rd, and at Pacific Saturday, April 4th. Out of the time is the ball. Blues will start with it behind the net. Sarah Hawkins gets us going. Whitman in their home white uniforms looking to build out the advantage. Molly Labhart probes and kicks. Sarah Hawkins behind the net looking for cutters. Hawkins has been a very big part of the Whitman attack throughout her Blues career, but especially in the past week or so. Had 9 goals and 10 assists in the 3 games in Texas this week as Hawkins drives through and draws contact. Push. Called on Kalamazoo College. This will end up being a free position from the edge of the fan. So Hawkins will have to pass off and does. Under 5 minutes left, first quarter. Inside, a little bit too hot on the pass from Lindsay. And Kalamazoo will take over. Looking to get the clear on the defense. Aggressive defense from Ellie Malesi. Nearly knocked it free from Ansley Ware. And she does in the midfield. Sarah Miller scoops up the ground ball. Here's Whitman on the break. Miller tries the angle, fires inside. Molly Labhart, the intended target. Loose ball picked up by Caitlin Grice between the posts. Getting the start once again for Kalamazoo College. The Hornets with the clear, trying to turn some defense into offense. Kalamazoo averaging just under 11 goals per game in the MIA conference. It's been more so a struggle for them on the defensive side of things in the early season. As we've got a foul call away from the ball. And this is going to yield a free position for the Hornets. And to Tessa Fuller. One of the leading goal scorers and point scorers for this Kalamazoo team. Here's Tessa Fuller from the 8-meter. Looking to cut the deficit in half. Fuller attacks goes down low, blocked and stopped by Red Novak. Loose ball. Kalamazoo stays with the possession. Sophie Hartel keeps possession for the Hornets. They'll look to play patient here. Inside, Fuller's got it in heavy traffic. For Kalamazoo, they were good offensively against Whitworth. Just put down the Pirates and people win. Lost 13-12 in heartbreaking fashion on Thursday. Inside, Fuller fires shot and scores. Tessa Fuller on the board for Kalamazoo College. And they're back within a goal, 2-1. They trail. Tessa Fuller with her 18th goal of the season. She already holds the Kalamazoo College program record for assists in a single game, in a season, and in a career. Often she's on the passing end of goals. She's also got 10 assists here. That's her 18th goal of the season. It's a 2-1 game. Whitman in front. We go back to the draw circle. Seraphin Miller on the draw against Ella Spooner for Kalamazoo College in the orange road uniforms. And it looks like we'll have a redraw here between Miller and Spooner. Whitman thus far has dominated the possession. But Kalamazoo College has battled back to make it a one-goal game. The Hornets win it here. Sophie Hartel into the attacking third. Spooner waiting patiently. And aggressive defense and a takeaway. Nell Harvey had it momentarily. Now the loose ball is scooped up by Joy Olsen-Uderitz for Whitman. Streaking into the attacking third. Joy Olsen-Uderitz finds Ellie Malessi, elects not to attack. She's scored the 2 goals for Whitman thus far. The Blues will play patiently and set up the offense in the critical scoring area. Emily Odegaard on the far side, works it behind the net to Sarah Hawkins. Hawkins looking for an angle. She's got an assist in this game. Miller around the edge, down low, spikes it home around Caitlin Grice for a goal. And Whitman back in front by 2 goals. They lead 3-1. With under 90 seconds left in the first quarter, Whitman with a 3-1 lead. And for Seraphin Miller in her first year, she is dominating. That is goal number 14 for her on the season. 2-time All-State selection at Archbishop Murphy in the Seattle area. Also a very good student. Seraphin Miller was on a roll back in high school. Had a great week down in Texas where she scored 7 goals in the 3 games. That is her first of the day and 14th of the season for Seraphin Miller. Whitman in front by 2. Late stages of the first quarter. Back to the draw circle. Miller for Whitman. And Miller comes away with it again. Whitman on possession. She's been dominant with draw controls this year. Another shot and another score! Seraphin Miller from way outside went down low and again sneaks it past Caitlin Grice. Back-to-back for Seraphin Miller within a matter of 15 seconds. And Whitman balloons the lead 4-1. They're in front. Second of the day and 15th of the season for Seraphin Miller. A 4-1 lead for Whitman. They led 2-0 just a couple minutes into the game before Kalamazoo College got on the board with a Tessa Fuller goal. And back-to-back from Seraphin Miller in a matter of 15 seconds on the game clock. Back to the draw circle. It's Miller and Spooner for Kalamazoo College. The Hornets in their orange uniforms here on the road. And the Hornets come away with possession off the draw. And a whistle and a foul immediately after the draw. Going against Whitman, it will be on Molly Labhart for the Blues. It is a green card, a 1-minute releasable penalty, so Whitman will be down 1 for the next minute. Kalamazoo College this year on the woman up advantage. They've got 10 woman-up goals this year in 7 games. That's 6th best in the MIAA conference, so they have not been that threatening on the woman-up advantage. Looking to take advantage here. Spooner fires up top. Kennedy Hind works it behind the net to Doyle. And another stoppage. Free position coming here for Kalamazoo College. So on the woman up for the next 29 seconds. And a free position coming. Ella Spooner fires and scores. The Hornets draw a little bit closer. They are back within 2, 4-2. Whitman leads. Ella Spooner with her first goal of the day and 21st of the season for this Kalamazoo College team. She leads the Hornets in goals this year, the senior attack from Holland, Michigan. Took home a Offensive Player of the Week honor in the MIAA earlier this year. It's a second-team all-conference selection a couple of years ago, and she rips her 21st goal of the year to bring Kalamazoo College back within 2. She's back inside the draw circle with Seraphin Miller for Whitman. It is a 2-goal game once more. Under 30 seconds left, first quarter, and the Hornets come away with possession once again off the draw. Kennedy Hind weaving through traffic near side. 10 seconds, and the Hornets will just sort of play keep away so that they can start the second quarter with possession, and they will do just that. Jordan Doyle runs out the clock. 0-0 at the end of the first quarter. Whitman with an early 4-2 edge over the Kalamazoo College Hornets. Back with second quarter action after this. Stick with us here on Flow Sports. Getting ready to start the second quarter here at James Hayner Field in Walla Walla. Whitman with a 4-2 lead over the Kalamazoo College Hornets. Hornets at 2-5 overall in the year. They've lost 4 in a row. Looking to put an end to that today. Whitman at 3-4. A win would get them back to 500, and it would be their third win in a row. 2 goals for Ellie Malesi and 2 goals for first-year Seraphin Miller for the Blues. On the flip side for Kalamazoo College, 1 for Ella Spooner and 1 for Tessa Fuller. The 2 main focal points of this Kalamazoo College offense this year thus far. Looking at the stats really quick, Whitman does have an advantage on shots, 7-4 over Kalamazoo College. They put all 7 shots on goal. 7 shots on goal to Kalamazoo College's 2. Whitman does have the advantage on ground balls, 5-1. The Hornets do have an advantage on the draw, 5-2 over Whitman. Kalamazoo College will start the second quarter with the ball in their road orange uniforms. Game number 2 of a 4-game West Coast road swing for Kalamazoo College. Faced Whitworth on Thursday, losing 13-12. Obviously play here today against Whitman, and then 2 more coming against Pacific Lutheran and Puget Sound, both on the road next week. Far side, it's Doyle working it behind the net. Abby Kaza. Heavy defense there from Andy Garcia for Whitman. Blues have forced a couple of turnovers. They've managed to turn into some quick offense here in this first half. Doyle behind the net for Kaza. Hornets looking to work it inside. Marin Miroslavic. And a whistle and a foul called away from the ball. Free position coming up. And it is from the 8-meter arc, and a dangerous player taking it, Ella Spooner, who's already scored today. Spooner on the free position, could make it a 1-goal game. Goes down low and sneaks it by Ren Novak. It is a 1-goal game here in Walla Walla. 4-3 the score. Kalamazoo College brings it a little closer. Ella Spooner with her second goal of the day, 22nd of the season for Kalamazoo College. She is 3rd all-time in career scoring for the Hornets, now has 184 career goals in her senior season. A lot more work to be done for her. She heads to the draw circle here. 2 goals for her today. It's back to a 1-goal game. Seraphin Miller on the draw for Whitman. And Kalamazoo College wins the draw once more. The Hornets have had an advantage there, but they turn it over quickly. A takeaway from Lindsay Pacina Little Sky. Whitman on the attack in their white uniforms. Lindsay Pacina Little Sky drives in. Low shot scooped up there by Caitlin Grice. Good stop between the posts by the Kalamazoo College goalie, Caitlin Grice, the junior goalkeeper from Ann Arbor, Michigan. It's a very heavy contingent of Michigan players on this Kalamazoo College team. Only a couple of out-of-staters on this entire roster. They've got possession in their orange uniforms. They could tie it with a goal here. Early stages of the second quarter. Behind the net, Abby Kaza works on Garcia. Miroslavic on the wing, whips it up top. High pass, bounces in to Kennedy Hind. In no rush here, about midway through the shot clock on the attack. Kaza fading back, hounding defense there from Lola McConaughey for Whitman. And there's Nell Harvey with a takeaway for the Blues. Nell Harvey in her sophomore season from Moncton, Vermont. Did not play lacrosse last year, but was on campus here in Whitman. She was a 3-time All-State selection in Vermont in high school. Whitman on the attack, looking for breathing room to build out the lead. Behind the net they go. Ellie Malesiu has 2 goals in this first half. She and Seraphin Miller have done the scoring for Whitman today. 2 goals apiece. Miller behind to Sarah Hawkins. Ellie Malesi looking for a cutter. Fires inside. And an offensive foul called on Whitman. It'll end up being Kalamazoo College ball. It is an offensive foul on the Blues. Whitman led 2-0 in this game just a couple minutes in, and they led 4-2 at the end of the first quarter. Kalamazoo College earning a goal here early in the second from Ella Spooner, her second of the day. And the Hornets could tie the score at 4 with a goal on this possession here. Hornets are 2-5 on the season. They've lost 4 in a row after a strong 2-1 start. Hind fires behind to Jordan Doyle. Abby Kaza makes a move, finds a cutter. Knocked away, loose ball, picked up by Whitman. Ola McConaughey comes away with the loose ball. Andy Garcia here on the near side, gets the corner, and gets the clear for Whitman. Garcia into the attacking third, gives off to Miller and heads back to her defensive position. Miller has 2 goals today for Whitman. She has 2, and Ellie Malesi has 2 to this point. Emily Odegaard out front. Hands off to Seraphin Miller. Whitman's offense has been running more smoothly. They had it going on in Texas this week. 7 goals in their first game loss, and then 17 on Wednesday and 16 on Thursday, both in winning efforts. Starting to figure out the offensive chemistry a little bit more. Hawkins behind the net. Malesi works it far side of your screen. Into Seraphin Miller on a cut. She's got a goal. Seraphin Miller, her third of the day. It's a hat trick in the first half, and Whitman is back in front by 2, 5-3. Seraphin Miller, third of the day, 16th of the season. In her first year from Linwood, Washington. Went to Archbishop Murphy. 2-time All-State selection there. 3 goals today in the first half. To the draw circle we go. Whitman back in front by 2 goals. It's Miller on the draw for Whitman. And Ellis Spooner on the draw for Kalamazoo College in the Orange Unis. Ball still loose off the draw, and Kalamazoo College comes away with it. Hornets on the attack, looking to cut the deficit in half once again. Got it down to a 1-goal game, but have not managed to tie the score since it was 0-0 early. Miroslavich on the wing up top to Ella Spooner, who's got 2 goals today. She has it taken away from her. Aggressive defense by Troy Olsen-Uderitz. They walk onto the team last year. Very tenacious defender for Whitman. She's driving inside, maybe looking for some offense here. And instead, Joy loses possession, and it's a turnover. Kalamazoo College takes it back. In the orange uniforms, the Hornets looking to break out. Ware into the midfield. Nowhere to go with it. Resets behind her to Grace Barber. Whitman has played with a lot of aggression defensively today. Haven't committed many fouls, but forced a lot more turnovers and played more aggressive. Miroslavich. They work it behind the net to Abby Kaza. And a timeout grabbed on the field. Midway through this first half. 7:50 left second quarter. Whitman with a 5-3 advantage over the Kalamazoo College Hornets. Well, fans, today's game is being brought to you by Flow College, the essential destination for college conference partners in Division 1, 2, and 3. which packages event live streams and rich editorial content into one accessible product. Flow College is the leader in streaming for Division II and III sports and the #1 provider of women's sports at these levels, with more than 9,000 games slated to be broadcast for the 2025-26 season. With Flow College, subscribers have the most comprehensive and personalized access to select college conferences, schools, and teams across all leading web, mobile, and connected TV applications. Whitman with a 2-goal lead. Blues up 5-3. Whitman looking to win their 3rd game in a row and get back to 500. It would be 4-4 if they could win this one today. Right now sitting at 3-4 on the campaign. The Blues will continue on Monday. They'll play at home once again. They'll take on Chapman, an early start time, 11 a.m. They'll take on Chapman from Southern California before diving into their Northwest Conference slate, starting on April 3rd and April 4th at George Fox and at Pacific in Oregon. Meanwhile, for Kalamazoo College, they'll continue this West Coast swing. They'll take on Pacific Lutheran and Puget Sound next week on the road on Wednesday and Friday. They've got the ball out of the timeout, trailing it by 2 goals, looking to cut the deficit in half once more. Inside to Doyle, looking for a cutter. Works it behind to Abby Kaza. And a foul and a free position coming up here for the Hornets. And it will be Ella Spooner to take it once again. She's already got 2 goals in this contest. I'll give it to her from the 8-meter arc. Spooner's got 2 goals already. Can she put Kalamazoo College back within 1? She can. Goes top shelf. And once again, it is a 1-goal game. 5-4. The Hornets draw a little bit closer. 7:07 left in this first half. 3rd goal of the day for Ella Spooner. 23rd on the season. The senior attack from Holland, Michigan. It's a second-team all-conference selection a couple of years ago in the MIAA. One of the all-time leading goal scorers in Kalamazoo College women's lacrosse history. She currently sits at 3rd on the all-time scoring list. She's on the draw here against Seraphin Miller for Whitman. And Spooner wins the draw for the Hornets. Ball's loose once again. Ella Spooner comes away with it. Kalamazoo College can tie the score with a goal on this possession. They have not led in this game, and they haven't had it even tied since it was 0-0 the first 2 minutes of the game. Spooner fires on the wing. Tessa Fuller, who's also scored in this game for Kalamazoo College. Those are the 2 goal scorers for the Hornets. Doyle works it behind to Abby Kaza. Gonna muscle her way in on Andy Garcia. And another foul called against Whitman. This will give another free position, which has hurt the Blues a little bit here in this first half. It's Abby Kaza to take it. And she fires a shot this time, stopped. Right into the pocket of Ren Novak, who gets his stop for the Blues. Seraphin Miller with possession near side, streaking through the midfield. Whitman looking to grow the lead. Miller's got 3 goals in this first half. Blues barking out signals for an offensive set. They working behind the net to Sarah Hawkins. with a 1-goal lead, looking to build on it. Whitman could get back to 500 with a win here today. It will be their 3rd consecutive win, building some positive momentum towards their Northwest Conference opener on Friday, April 3rd. Malesi lobs inside. High catch from McConaughey. She has it jarred free. And Grace Barber couldn't handle the pass. Whitman with an extra possession here. Inside to Malesi. Still loose. Malesi picks it up behind the net. 4:30 left in this first half. Whitman led 4-2 at the end of the first quarter. Kalamazoo College has a 2-1 lead here in the second. Blues looking to build on their 5-4 advantage. Malesi. Sarah Hawkins searching for a cutter. Up top, Mallie Labhart. Thought about the drive. Inside, it's McConaughey. Dump down shot, nearly fitted in. It is stopped by Caitlin Grice between the posts. And Kalamazoo College looking to break out. This Hornets team went 4-13 last year, but 3-4 in conference play. Going to work towards a strong season again in the MIAA this year. Up ahead, Ella Spooner into the attacking third for Kalamazoo College, the Hornets. Kaza fires in front to Spooner, and she has it knocked away from her. Ball still loose. And Joy Olsen-Uderitz comes away with it, but not before a foul. So a foul called on Whitman. Be with the Hornets here in their attacking third, under 3 minutes left, first half. Kalamazoo College could tie the score with a goal. This is a team that's played in a lot of one-goal games. They lost on Thursday by 1 to Whitworth. They played in 4 one-goal games last year, winning 2 of them and losing 2 of them. Fuller flips inside to Kennedy Hind. Not before a foul is called again against Whitman. Blues have suffered a lot of minor fouls in this first half. Another free position coming. This time for Tessa Fuller for the Hornets. This could tie the score. And it goes just wide. Ren Novak might have got just a piece of that one to knock it away. Kalamazoo College stays on the ball. Long run for it far side. And Molly Labhart picks up the ground ball. Ground ball so important, winning possession. It's been Kalamazoo College who has had the majority of the possession here in the second quarter to battle back in. Odegaard makes her move. Flips it to Sarah Hawkins behind the net. Under 90 seconds left, first half. Hawkins inside to Odegaard. To Malesi, who scored 2 goals in this first half for Whitman. She has 2. Seraphine Miller has 3. Now Lola McConaughey has 1. Whitman in front by 2. Once again, 6-4, they lead. Lola McConaughey with her 23rd goal of the season, first of the day. The sophomore attack from Calgary, Alberta. Grew up playing box lacrosse. Very aggressive player, and she finds the back of the net for the 23rd time this year. The leading goal scorer on the Blues here in the early season. 6-4. Whitman with the lead. Miller in the draw circle for Whitman in the whites. Ella Spooner in there in orange for Kalamazoo College. Little over a minute left first half. And here we go on the draw. And Whitman controls. It's Sarah Hawkins who comes away with it. She dances into the attacking third. Hawkins playing that role of facilitator, leads this Whitman team in assists this year. Northwest Conference Rookie of the Year last season, led the conference in total points. Hawkins drives in herself, has it jarred free. And contact against Kalamazoo College. This is going to give a free position to Whitman. The Hornets have had a boatload of free positions in the first half. Whitman will get one here. Here's Sarah Hawkins looking to build the lead. She does! Fires it by the head of Caitlin Grice. And it is a 3-goal advantage, a 2-goal swing in the last 90 seconds of the first half. Whitman in front, 7-4. Sarah Hawkins, 14th goal of the season, first of the day for the reigning Northwest Conference Rookie of the Year. And she has been on a tear as of late. In the Texas trip for Whitman, she had 9 goals, 10 assists in the 3 games. Has an assist in this game as well. And Whitman has their largest lead of the contest, 7-4. They're in front. Back to the draw circle, under 30 left in the first half. And an illegal draw on Whitman and Seraphin Miller. It'll be Kalamazoo College ball. The Hornets with a little bit of time. Fuller. Then Spooner connects on a goal. Ella Spooner with 14 seconds left here in the first half. Spooner makes it a little bit closer. That is her 4th goal of the day. Ella Spooner makes it 7-5. Talked about that it was a big 2-goal swing for Whitman to build out the advantage to 3, all within the last 90 seconds. While Kalamazoo College wasted no time. Ella Spooner, 4th goal of the game, 24th of the season. She's on the draw here again against Seraphin Miller for Whitman. Loose ball picked up by Kalamazoo College. Trying to get it into the attacking zone. 5 seconds left, first half. Hartel finds Fuller. And a loose ball ends the first half. We've got a competitive battle here between Whitman and the Kalamazoo College Hornets. 7-5. The Blues have a 2-goal halftime lead. Stick with us. And a 10-minute halftime coming up. We'll be back in a few minutes to walk through the numbers from the first half and recap it here from James Tanner Field in Walla Walla. Stick with us on Flow Sports. We're here at the half. It is a 7-5 lead for Whitman over the Kalamazoo College Hornets from Kalamazoo, Michigan. They are 2-5. They've lost 4 in a row. Looking to end that streak here today in Walla Walla. Game 2 of their 4-game West Coast road swing. On the flip side of things, for Whitman, they're 3-4. They've won back-to-back. This would be their 3rd in a row if they can close out a win here today, and it will also get them back to 500 on the season. Austin Samuels with you here, along with the rest of our Flow Sports crew here at Whitman College. Thanks for joining us on your Saturday afternoon. It is a really nice day. Sunny, mid-50s, barely any wind. Perfect late March day for some women's lacrosse. Much different from our last couple of home games last week for Whitman, where we had torrential downpour and wind. This is much better. Looking at the stats here from this first half, Whitman obviously with a 7-5 lead. Blues in that first half had 12 shots to Kalamazoo's 9. The Blues very accurate on their shots. 11 out of the 12 shots were on goal in that first half. 3 out of the 9 on goal for Kalamazoo College. Now that is excluding free positions, because obviously you would think if there were only 3 shots on goal, how do they have 5 goals? That excludes the free position shots, which Kalamazoo College had multiple of them in that first half. Also, the Hornets with a big advantage on the draw, and really that's why they are in this game still, as they've been able to win possession from the get-go. Sometimes it's just that simple. Whoever has possession more has a better chance to win the game. Kalamazoo College has a 10-3 advantage on draw controls, and they were 5-1 in that second quarter. So that was really part of what fueled them to being more competitive in quarter number 2. Even though the scoring was tied at 3 apiece in the second quarter, the draw control was very helpful for Kalamazoo College in that first half. On the flip side of things, ground balls heavily in favor of Whitman. They are winning the loose balls and the turnover battle right now. Whitman had 11 ground balls in the first half to Kalamazoo College's 2. +9 in that category. The goal scorers in the first half. First for Whitman, 3 goals in the first half from Seraphin Miller, the first year for the Blues. Ellie Malesi had 2 goals in the first half to go along with 2 assists, so 4 points for her in that first half. Sarah Hawkins had a goal, and Lola McConaughey had one as well. Those are the goal scorers for Whitman. On the flip side of things for Kalamazoo College, it's really been Ella Spooner. She's got 4 of the 5 goals for the Hornets. The other one scored by Tessa Fuller. And those are the 5 goals to this point for the Kalamazoo College Hornets as we get ready to go in the second half. Gorgeous day here at James Hayner Field on the campus of Whitman College in Walla Walla. Both these teams looking for a big non-conference win. Kalamazoo College has lost 4 in a row. Whitman has won back-to-back, looking for 3 in a row here today. Seems like the Blues have figured something out offensively here over the past week or so. Starting to find that chemistry. Very efficient in the first half. 11 out of their 12 shots were on goal for the Blues. As we head to the draw circle, Seraphin Miller on the draw for Whitman. Ella Spooner for Kalamazoo College. The Hornets in their road orange uniforms. And Kalamazoo College wins the draw. Sophie Hartel comes away with it first. Jordan Doyle works it near side. Ella Spooner, the player to watch for this Kalamazoo College team. She's got 4 goals in the game and is 3rd all-time on the scoring list and career goals for Hornet women's lacrosse. Hind up top to Miroslavic. On the wing far side, low pass. And a long run for Sophie Hartel. Nearly out of bounds. She just kept it in play on the far sideline. Fuller inside, tries a low shot, knocked away by Red Novak. Nice play between the posts. It'll stay with the Hornets. Abby Kaza. Physical defense behind the net from Whitman. They played really aggressively on the defensive side of things today, and it's been sort of a catch-22 for them. They've played aggressively. They've forced a lot of turnovers as they've got possession again here, looking to turn defense into offense, but also Whitman has given Kalamazoo College 6 free positions thus far. It will be Whitman ball after the stoppage. Either a little bit of a delayed penalty there or something in that regard. The Blues will set it up here in the midfield. Leah Dingman streaking near the Blues logo as they get it into the attacking third. Emily Odegaard fires near side to Lindsay Pacino Little Sky. Ellie Malesi behind the net, who had 2 goals in the first half. Sarah Hawkins had one as well. She's got it far side. Blues balanced offensively here in this game. Seraphin Miller leads the way with 3 goals to this point. Looking to build out their advantage. Lindsay Pacino Little Sky flips to Lola McConaughey. Got a goal in that first half. She's the Blues' leading goal scorer this year, has 23 of them on the campaign. Miller tries the outside, low bouncing shot stopped there by Caitlin Grice between the posts for Kalamazoo College. She'll start the break here. Grace Barber. Grice tries the outlet on the near side to Newhall. Just trying to get the clear here. And they do. Loose ball picked up. Tegan Huff with a scoop away. Whitman reclaims possession. They have forced a handful of turnovers in this game. Kalamazoo College has had a big advantage on the draw, but Whitman has forced a decent amount of turnovers to even up the possession battle. Malesi flips to Sarah Hawkins. Behind the net, far side of your screen. McConaughey. Malesi. To Sarah Hawkins. Hawkins searching for a cutter. Reigning Northwest Conference Rookie of the Year. Looking for an in. Goes behind the net. Has to get in there herself. Muscled outside the arc. Inside to McConaughey. In and out of the pocket. And loose ball picked up by Grace Barber for Kalamazoo College. Hornets still looking to get the clear. They've struggled with that a little bit. They do into the midfield. No scoring here in the third quarter thus far. It was 4-2 at the end of the first quarter in favor of Whitman. Even in the second quarter, 3 goals apiece to make it 7-5, and that's where we stand now. Kalamazoo College, the Hornets at 2-5 on the year. They've lost 4 in a row. Looking to get back on the winning track. Kaza behind the net. Leah Dingman with physical defense. Hind works on Joyelson Uderitz. Inside Kaza. Heavy traffic. Ball on the ground. Picked up by the Hornets. They'll stay with it. Miroslavic Finds Ella Spooner. She has been the go-to player for Kalamazoo College. Has 4 of their 5 goals. Spooner inside. She scores again for the Hornets. Make it a 1-goal game once more. 7-6. Whitman with the slimmest of leads. Ella Spooner with her 5th goal of the game and 25th goal of the season. Her career high is 7 goals in one single game. She's done that a couple of different times throughout her decorated career. She's got 5 in the game. 3rd all-time on the scoring list in Kalamazoo College women's lacrosse history in terms of career goals. She's got 5 in the game, trying to keep her team in it. From the draw circle. And it will be Kalamazoo College ball. There was a brief stoppage and whistle. The Hornets will take over possession once more. They have not led at any point in this game, and they haven't been able to come all the way back and tie it at any point either. It was tied for the first 2 minutes of the game. Whitman scored their first goal from Ellie Malesi, and they've had the lead since. Inside to Fuller. Lost possession of it. The goal was wide open. Hornets still with it. Miroslavic. Is it knocked away? And a timeout call. Interesting position to use a timeout there if you're Kalamazoo College and second-year head coach Grayson Ringleader with your team on the attack in the critical scoring area. Looking threatening there, but she grabs time. 8:36 left, 3rd quarter. 7-6. Whitman has the slimmest of leads here on their home field, looking to win their 3rd game in a row against the Kalamazoo College Hornets, who are 2-5 on the campaign. If you're a Whitman fan, be sure to head to the official team store for your favorite Whitman Athletics gear and accessories. You can check out whitmanblues.com if you're interested and click on the store link and start shopping today. The Blues with a 1-goal lead. Again, looking to win their 3rd game in a row. They got back from a long trip down to Texas where they played 3 games in 3 days. Less than 48 hours ago they got back. Late on Thursday night. Trying to take care of business here on their home field. Offensively for Whitman, it has looked really solid today. It's just been a question of possession because Kalamazoo College has been outstanding on the draw. 12-3. They're +9 on the draw. That's such an advantage in terms of possession. And Whitman has also yielded a lot of fouls and free positions, 6 of them for Kalamazoo College. 6 free position shots to just 1 for Whitman. Otherwise, for the Blues on the offensive side, they've looked really good today. Out of the timeout, it will be Kalamazoo College ball. Trailing by a goal. Looking for the equalizer. They have not tied the score since it was 0-0 for the first couple minutes, and they have not led at any point. Spooner, who's got 5 of the 6 goals for Kalamazoo College. In the Orange Unis. Foul called away from the ball. And this is going to give another free position. These have been huge for Kalamazoo College. It's Tessa Fuller to take it. She drives in, has it charged free from behind, and Whitman gets a big stop there. It will stay with the Hornets on possession. Oh, and a late foul call comes in, so another free position coming. Foul called on Whitman. Late on that drive. This might end up being they ruled that it will be on the fan, so an indirect free position. Tessa Fuller unable to shoot here. One goal game looking for the equalizer. Again, the free positions have been sort of the great equalizer along with the draw and possession. That's where Kalamazoo College has hung in tough against Whitman today. Behind the net, Abby Kaza picks up the ground ball. And Whitman will come away with it after the whistle. Leah Dingman up ahead into the midfield. And it's off the stick of Joy Olsen-Uderitz, and a turnover for the Blues. Kalamazoo College will take over here in the midfield. The one goal of the quarter, the fifth of the day from Ella Spooner for Kalamazoo College. That's it. It was 7-5 at halftime. Things have slowed down offensively in the third. And another foul against the Blues. Starting to rack up as we get into this third quarter, and an obstruction of space violation, I believe, called there on Joy Olsen-Uderitz for Whitman. And this is going to be a penalty, a green card, a 1 minute releasable for Joy Olsen-Uderitz. So Kalamazoo College, the Hornets will be on the woman up advantage, trailing by a goal, looking for the equalizer. This year for the Hornets, they've got 10 woman up goals, sixth best in their conference, the MIAA. Going to find one here. Spooner. That's 5 of the 6 goals for Kalamazoo College. Fuller. And another free position coming. So here we go. This one could tie the score. Tessa Fuller from the arc. Has it knocked away. She tried to go down low. So great defense by the Blues there to prevent the goal off the free position. It's been penalty continues to run down. Only a couple of seconds left. Joy Olsen-Uderitz. And she is now out of the box, so the team's back to even strength. Kalamazoo College looking for the equalizer. They have not tied the score since it was 0-0, and they have not led. Another foul call inside the arc. They are racking up in a big way on Whitman. And this is another card as well on Lola McConaughey for the Blues. So she will head to the box. And is it a green card?
Yellow card on Blues number 15.
Some discrepancy on whether it was a green or a yellow card. It is a yellow card, so a 2-minute penalty on Lola McConaughey and a free position coming here for the Hornets. Spooner converts on the free position. Just too many chances. And Kalamazoo College has tied the score at 7 apiece. Ella Spooner with her 6th of the day. She has been a one-woman crew offensively for the Hornets. 26 now on the season for Ella Spooner, all tied at 7. Boy, that's just a tough situation. If you're Whitman, 4:50 left, third quarter. I mean, penalty after penalty, giving a free position after free position. Eventually, it's going to come back to bite you. Here we are, tied at 7. Late stages of the third quarter. Kalamazoo College has come back to make it a one-goal game multiple times, but Whitman has always had the answer. They haven't been able to tie it since it was 0-0. Just the first 2 minutes of the game before Whitman got on the board first. The Hornets have not led in this contest. And we'll see whether or not this penalty on Lola McConaughey was releasable or not. The time is still up there, as if she still needs to serve the penalty for another minute 58 seconds. So Whitman might have to play still a woman down out of the timeout. When we go back to the draw circle, we'll keep an eye out on that. It was a 7-5 game at halftime. Whitman in front, and the Hornets have scored the only 2 goals of the third quarter thus far. Both from Ella Spooner, who has 6 goals today. Back to the field, here we go. And Lola McConaughey still in the box, so it's a non-releasable penalty. Kalamazoo College will be a woman up here as well. Tied at 7. Late stages of the third quarter. It's Seraphin Miller on the draw for Whitman. And Ella Spooner for Kalamazoo College. She leads the team in draw controls. And has 6 goals today. And the Hornets able to win the draw again. They've had a big advantage there. 13-3. They're now plus 10 on the draw. Doyle behind the net. Fires to Tessa Fuller. Kalamazoo College works it around. Had possession for really most of the game since the second quarter started. And they have got a boatload of free position shots as well to aid themselves in coming back. Kaza flips to Miroslavic. High pass inside, collected and scored by Jordan Doyle. Kalamazoo College has scored 3 straight goals here in the third quarter, and they take their first lead of the game. They're in front 8-7. Jordan Doyle with her first goal of the game and 6th goal of the season. The senior attack from Troy, Michigan. Had a goal and an assist against Whitworth on Thursday. Her first of the day. So first lead of the day for Kalamazoo College. The Hornets. And again, the Hornets still playing a woman up because of the non-releasable penalty for Lola McConaughey. She's still hanging out in the box for the next minute and 13 seconds of game time. Kalamazoo College has scored 3 unanswered here in the third and 4 unanswered stretching back to the first half. Whitman wins the draw. Sarah Hawkins comes away with it. That's been huge because Kalamazoo College has dominated the draw throughout this game. Whitman's looked pretty good offensively when they've had possession of it. Hawkins, hounded behind the net, gives off to Seraphin Miller. Emily Odegaard. Behind the net, Sarah Hawkins, the reigning Rookie of the Year in the Northwest Conference. Part of this really exciting young core for Whitman on the offensive side. Molly Labhart trying to make a move. Finds Lindsay Pacino Little Sky. Up to Seraphin Miller, who leads Whitman in this game with 3 goals. Miller, far side of the field. And Whitman has just successfully run out the penalty. So Lola McConaughey back out onto the field there, back to even strength. McConaughey leads the Blues in goals scored this year. Inside, pass knocked away from Odegaard. Still loose, near the goal. And that is a shot clock violation as well for Whitman. They were burning off some time to try and burn off the penalty. They did that successfully, but didn't really have a whole lot of time to get anything going offensively on that possession. Kalamazoo College will look to play the transition game. They have won the possession game here in quarters 2 and 3 to help them come back. Taken away. Molly Labhart gets to Lindsay Pacino Little Sky. Jostling for position near side. She has it poked free from her, and it'll be Hornet ball in their road orange uniforms under 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Spooner with 6 goals today for Kalamazoo College, 1 away from tying her career high. Hornets have scored 4 straight goals, including 3 unanswered in this third quarter to take the lead. Abby Kaza fires to Marin Miroslavic. Back to Kaza far side. Up top, Sophie Hartel. Here's Spooner, who's been tough to stop today. Into heavy traffic. And collecting the pass and scoring is Tessa Fuller. It is a 2-goal lead for Kalamazoo College. They have now scored 5 unanswered goals, and they lead it by 2 here in Walla Walla. 1:02 left, third quarter. Tessa Fuller with her 2nd goal of the day and her 19th of the season. .102 left in the third. Kalamazoo College on a 4-game losing streak. They're 2-5 on the year, looking to put an end to that today. Here in game 2 of their 4-game West Coast swing. Lost a heartbreaker to Whitworth on Thursday, 13-12. Looking to win a close one here this afternoon. Miller on the draw for Whitman. Spooner in there for Kalamazoo College. And the Blues will be awarded the ball off the draw. Sarah Hawkins goes all the way behind the net for Whitman. Blues settle in here offensively. Gotta find something. McConaughey up top. She answers the call. Lola McConaughey brings it back to a 1-goal game. 9-8. Whitman trails under 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Lola McConaughey with her 2nd goal of the day, her 24th of the season. Came into today 7th in the Northwest Conference in goals scored. And she's got her 2nd of the day. McConaughey, a very accurate shooter as well, puts nearly 80% of her shots on goal. That was a big one for Whitman. That ended a 5-0 scoring run dating back to the late stages of the first half. Whitman led the entire first half and deep into the third quarter before Kalamazoo College came all the way back to take the lead. It is a one-goal game once more. Still loose. And the Hornets take control in their defensive third. Rolled it all the way back to Caitlin Grice between the posts. Goalkeeper, Newhall. Up into the midfield, Janitis. Miroslavich, pestered by multiple defenders for Whitman, and she has it knocked away from her. It will stay with Kalamazoo College here as we end the third quarter. They will start possession with it in the fourth. We have a good one. The Hornets with a 9-8 lead over Whitman. We go to quarter number 4. Don't go anywhere. Stick with us here on Flow Sports. Getting ready to start the fourth quarter. Kalamazoo College, the Hornets with a one-goal lead, 9-8. They're in front of Whitman College Blues. Thanks for joining us here on Flow Sports on your Saturday afternoon. It was a 7-5 lead for Whitman at halftime. Then a 5-0 scoring run for Kalamazoo College, dating back to the first half, gave them a lead. Whitman managed to battle back and make it a one-goal game with a Lola McConaughey goal. Into the overall stats of this game, Whitman has 15 shots to Kalamazoo's 13. The Blues have put 13 out of their 15 shots on goal. Kalamazoo's just put 6 of their 13 on goal, but the real difference in the game is the Hornets have a 14-5 advantage on the draws. They're earning possession a lot more than Whitman. They also have 7 free position shots to 2 for Whitman. So free position opportunities and winning the draw more often than not has allowed Kalamazoo College to be in this game and be leading in this game. Hornets have lost 4 in a row, looking to put an end to it here today. They will start with possession here to start the fourth quarter in their road orange uniforms as we get it going. Sophie Hartel works it far side to Ella Spooner. She has 6 goals for Kalamazoo College in this game. Doyle finds Kaza on the wing. Out in front, Spooner again! Between the wickets of Novak, and it is a 2-goal lead for Kalamazoo College. 10-8, they're in front. The 7th goal of the game for Ella Spooner. 27th of the year, and that ties a career high for her. in goals in a single game. 7. She's done it multiple times in her Hornet career. She's the 3rd leading scorer all time in career goals in Kalamazoo College women's lacrosse history. 7 goals in the game. And the Hornets up by 2 as we go back to the draw circle. Blues able to come away with possession. Tegan Huff fires up ahead. Sarah Hawkins into the attacking third. Early stages of the fourth. Hawkins going to find an avenue and cut it back to a 1-goal deficit. Whitman led the entire first half and most of the way through quarter number 3. The momentum is heavily in Kalamazoo College's favor. Behind the net, it's Hawkins. Fires to Seraphin Miller. Miller trying to weave her way inside. Sees 2 defenders. Fires a tough shot. It's wide. Left side of the goal, but it'll stay with Whitman. They're closest to it, out of bounds. Behind the net, Ellie Malesi. She had 2 goals in the first quarter. Hawkins goes up high. Again, it's wide. And again, it will stay with Whitman. Clock running, trailing by 2 goals. Still plenty of time for the Blues. Hawkins trying to work her way inside. She does! And splits it between the posts. Back to a 1-goal game. Sarah Hawkins with a big goal for Whitman. And they're within 1, 10-9, they trail. For Sarah Hawkins, that's her 3rd goal of the day and her 16th of the season. She has been on fire here this week. The reigning Northwest Conference Rookie of the Year and All-Conference selection last year. Back to a 1-goal contest. Seraphin Miller in the circle for the Blues. Alice Spooner in there for Kalamazoo College in the orange uniforms. Again, the Blues offense has looked good today when they've had possession of it. They just haven't had possession of it that much, as right on cue, the Hornets win the draw. Janitis flips it up ahead. Here's Newhall. Spooner streaking through the midfield. Loose ball nearly taken away by Whitman. It'll stay with Kalamazoo College. Hornets looking to put an end to this 4-game losing streak. Spooner couldn't handle the pass. It's picked up on a dime by Joy Olsen-Uderitz. Whitman with possession. A goal on this possession could tie it. Hawkins settles things down. Sarah Hawkins goes down low. Shot goes wide. Tried to bounce it in by Caitlin Grice. And it's Kalamazoo ball. They are closest to it. Loose ball in the midfield again. It's Joy Olsen-Uderitz who scoops up the ground ball. Just over 12 minutes left. Whitman looking for the equalizer. They led the entire first half. They're looking for their 3rd win in a row. Get themselves back to 500 on the year. Odegaard behind the net. It's to Miller. She's got 3 goals in this game. Out in front, Sarah Hawkins. Hawkins trying to sneak in wide. Spins it back out far side of your screen. Miller. Using a couple of shot fakes. Gets in tight. Lost control of it right in front of the crease. It'll stay with Whitman though. Hawkins. Out in front. And a whistle and a stoppage here. I am not entirely sure what they just Stop play for, but we resume. It's still Whitman ball. No foul of any kind, no timeout either. Here's Sarah Hawkins. Trying to muscle her way in, sees two defenders. Hawkins into traffic, fires down low, bounces it in for the equalizer. We're all square at 10. Everyone on the Hornet defense had their eyes on Sarah Hawkins. It didn't matter. She finds her way in and scores her fourth goal of the game to tie the score at 10. 10 all, and just like that, we are reset here with 10:39 to play. Fourth of the day for Sarah Hawkins, 17th of the season, as we've got a timeout called by Kalamazoo College. Their second-year head coach, Grayson Ringleader, wants to grab timeout. Ringleader played locally at Madeline High School and then played collegiately at Northern Michigan at the D2 ranks. He was an all-conference player there. Has been in Kalamazoo for a while. He's been a part of the lacrosse community there before being hired at Kalamazoo College with the Hornets here in her second season. This would be a big win for them if they could come from behind and knock off a Whitman team that won 13 games last year. And it would be big to end a 4-game losing streak for them. This is game 2 of a 4-game West Coast swing for Kalamazoo College. They'll play 2 more on the road next week out here. Played Whitworth on Thursday, lost by a goal. We'll play Pacific Lutheran next Wednesday and Puget Sound next Friday. Obviously both on the road out here out west before heading back to Michigan. For Whitman, they'll play another out-of-state foe in Chapman from Southern California on Monday, 11 a.m. the start time here at James Hayner Field in Walla Walla. We'll have the coverage for you of that one here on Flow Sports if you want to tune in. Here we go, back of the draw circle. We are even up at 10. This game has seen its momentum swings. Whitman led 7-5 at halftime. Kalamazoo College built out a 2-goal lead with a long run in the third quarter. And Whitman has managed to tie the score at 10. Here we go, level playing field. Miller on the draw for Whitman. Spooner in there for Kalamazoo. And Seraphin Miller comes away with the draw for the Blues. In their home white uniforms, looking to reclaim the lead. Seraphin Miller. And she just got knocked with the stick up high. That is likely going to give Seraphin Miller a free position look here. Kalamazoo College has had a multitude of free positions, so this will be on the fan for Miller. So, and indirect, she's unable to shoot off of this. So obviously not nearly as valuable. Miller works it off, circles behind the net. And Whitman resets on the attack here. Under 10 to play here in Walla Walla. Hawkins has 4 goals. She has made it happen for Whitman offensively in the second half. McConaughey muscles her way in and draws a foul. This will be a free position for Lola McConaughey, and Whitman on the 8-meter arc. And now, once again, they'll shift it back to the fan. So again, what could have been a great look for Lola McConaughey to potentially give Whitman a lead. She'll now have to pass it off. Whitman resets the offensive attack. Under 9 left. Whitman has scored back-to-back goals to tie it. Odegaard looking for the lead. She can't find it there. It goes wide. Ellie Malesi closest to it, so Whitman will stay on the ball. Malesi had 2 goals in the first quarter. As we've got an offensive foul called on Lindsay Pacino-Little Sky for Whitman. And a costly turnover of possession. Kalamazoo College will reclaim it here. The Hornets, really, that's how they've been able to get back in this game. They've dominated the possession battle. They've earned themselves a lot of free position shots. Tied at 10. In the attacking third, here's Sophie Hartel. On the wing to Abby Kaza, working it on the near side, Tessa Fuller. To Kaza. Flip it in front to Hartel. No rush here for Kalamazoo College. Looking for the lead. A high errant pass, and Whitman will take over possession after the turnover. Novak starting the break. Ola McConaughey into the midfield. Looking to break out. McConaughey into the attacking third. Whitman looking to take the lead. Trailed 10-8. Battled it back to tie the score at 10. Looking for their 3rd win in a row. Malesi has it knocked away from her. Far side behind the net. McConaughey on the wing. Trying to work her way in one-on-one. Fires out front to Labhart. Midway through the shot clock here for Whitman. Blues run on the weave. They nearly turn it over. Labhart stays on it. Talented first year from Tualatin. Goes behind the net to Sarah Hawkins. Sarah's got 4 goals, has done a lot of the heavy lifting here in this second half. Hawkins with 5 to shoot on the shot clock. And a foul called on Kalamazoo College, and that is a tough one to swallow for the Hornets. That was at the very end of the shot clock. With about 4 or 5 seconds left, this will be a free possession for Sarah Hawkins on the arc to take the lead. Sarah Hawkins with a chance to put Whitman back in front. Hawkins into heavy traffic, sees a crowd and works it back out. That is a shot clock violation. Didn't like the shot, and the clock was running down. Whitman with another costly turnover, and chances dwindling here with 5 minutes left. Here are the Hornets in their road orange uniforms. Trailed it the entire first half before battling back to take 2-goal lead a couple times. All square at 10. Kalamazoo College at 2-5. Looking to end their 4-game losing streak. Miroslavich fires to Ware on the far side. Behind the net, Fuller. Kaza flips in front to Miroslavich. Midway through the shot clock for the Hornets. Ansley Ware pushed back out in front. 4.5 left. Whoever finds this next goal, it's going to be big. Kaza in front. Spooner down low between the legs of Red Novak, and that puts Kalamazoo College back in front. 11-10 they lead with 4:16 left. And for Ella Spooner, that is now a new career high goals in a single game. 8 of them in the game for Ella Spooner. 8 of the 11 for Kalamazoo College in this game. 28th of the season for her. She has been a one-woman wrecking crew at times in this game for Kalamazoo College. 8 goals. She's in the circle here to take the draw against Seraphin Miller for Whitman. And the Hornets win the draw again. They've had such a big advantage there, and they've held on to possession for most of this second half. With a 1-goal lead, looking to milk some clock, potentially build out the advantage. Under 4 left here at James Hayner Field. Loose ball back near the edge of the midfield. Miroslavic comes away with it. Far side, Hartel flips it to Spooner out in front. A career high 8 goals for her in the game. Kaza in front to Fuller. Nice stop by Novak. Whitman has possession. Joy Olsen-Uderitz with the clear. Looking to turn defense into offense. 3:20 left, trailing by a goal. In front to Hawkins, fires down low. Great stop by Caitlin Grice between the posts. Perhaps the save of the day for the Kalamazoo College goalie to go down on her knees and stop that one. Whitman trying to get possession back. Ground ball picked up by Grace Barber for the Hornets. Caitlin Grice slows it down under 3 minutes left. Unbelievable stop by Caitlin Grice to go down on her knees and stop that one, what would have tied the game at 11. Hornets working it through the midfield. Kaza up ahead. Here's Fuller. Near side of your screen, she'll slow it down. Under 2.5 minutes left. Miroslavic. Out front to Hartel. This is a Kalamazoo College team that's played in a lot of 1-goal games. Inside to Fuller, knocked away from behind. Garcia with excellent defense there, but the Hornets stay on the ball. Kalamazoo College played in a 1-goal game on Thursday, and they lost it to Whitworth, 13-12. They played in 4 1-goal games last year. 1-2 and lost 2. Spooner on the wing to Kaza. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Miroslavic nearly knocked away from her. She stays on the ball. A little over 90 seconds left. End of the shot clock for the Hornets, and they score. Kennedy Hine with a huge goal, and that might be the nail in the coffin with 1:32 to play. Kennedy Hind with her first goal of the day and 6th goal of the season of her junior year. Midfielder from North Muskegon, Michigan. A 12-10 lead for Kalamazoo College. The Hornets trailed the entire first half. Outscored Whitman 3-2 in the third. And continued to build on it here in the fourth. The 2-goal lead. This draw is going to be huge if Whitman has any chance to come back. Still loose. And the Blues come away with it. Seraphin Miller's got it. Into the attacking third. 1:20 left. Need a goal and fast. Miller down low. She's got it. Just like that. Whitman exactly what they needed. Seraphin Miller a quick goal her 4th of the game, and it's back to a 1-goal game. 1:16 to play, and that was perfect time-wise also. That took all of 16 seconds to find that goal. So Seraphin Miller, who has been just crucial in her first year as a Whitman Blue. 4th goal of the game, 17th of the season for Miller. 12-11. Kalamazoo College with a 1-goal lead here late stages. Again, this draw is going to be crucial. Timeout on the field, believe taken by Whitman. Head coach Chris Duncan in his 4th season has his team circled up, giving out instructions. And more or less, this draw is likely going to decide this game. Kalamazoo College, to give you a bit of an idea, the Hornets have a +8 advantage on the draw, 16-8 in favor of Kalamazoo College. They have 1 possession, and they have held on to it, especially in this second half. 1:16 left, 1-goal game. This draw is going to be a big one. Spooner in there for Kalamazoo College in the orange unis. Seraphin Miller in there for Whitman in the white. Blues needing to get possession back to have an opportunity. Still loose. And Kalamazoo College comes away with the draw, as they've done all day. 1:05 left. Fuller on the near side. Whitman looking to play some aggressive defense to force a turnover. And a timeout grabbed with 55 seconds left by Kalamazoo College. Their second-year head coach, Grayson Ringleader. Well, they needed a draw to potentially ice the game, and they got just that. Had the advantage there the entire day, 17-8. They're +9 on the draw control. Kalamazoo College trailed the entire first half, and 7-5 was the score at halftime. They have outscored Whitman in this second half 7-4 to potentially 55 seconds away from ending a 4-game losing streak and getting to 3-5 on the year. Here we go out of the timeout. The Blues, if they're going to have a chance, they got to force a quick turnover and turn it into some offense in transition. Kalamazoo will have the ball off the timeout. Right at the edge of the attacking zone here. Kennedy Hind will get us going for the Hornets. She sees a double team immediately. Hind races here on the near side. Looking to buy time. Hind flips in front to Spooner, who's had a career game. Spooner all the way to the far side. Heads out, back into the midfield. Spooner re-enters. 30 seconds left. Spooner has it knocked away. Whitman's got the loose ball. 25 seconds left. And a foul coming A big play in the midfield. This is going to be a yellow card and a 2-minute penalty for Ella Spooner. Doesn't really matter about the 2 minutes. 23.9 seconds left, and Whitman will be a woman up. They need a goal with a woman up advantage. Odegaard inside. She's got the goal. Top shelf. Emily Odegaard, and we are tied at 12. Whitman with their backs against the wall. They get a giant goal from Emily Odegaard, and we are all level once again. 14 seconds left. And back to the draw we go. What looked improbable for sure for Whitman to be able to come back, trailing by 2 goals with so little time left. 2 goals in the final minute 32 to tie the score. Back to the draw. It's Fuller in there this time for Kalamazoo College and Miller for Whitman. 14 seconds left in regulation. And Whitman wins the draw. One final chance here in regulation. 8 seconds. Hawkins outside finds Odegaard. 1 second. Fires a shot, and it's saved right before the horn by Caitlin Grice. Even at 12 and 60 minutes, not enough to decide it. We go to overtime between Kalamazoo College and the Whitman Blues coming up here in just a few minutes. Stick with us for the extra period here on Flow Sports. Just about set for the overtime period. Next goal wins between Whitman and Kalamazoo College. 60 minutes, not enough time to decide this thing. Whitman led 7-5 at the half. Kalamazoo College, for the most part, dominated the second half. Had a 2-goal lead, 12-10, but Whitman managed to find 2 goals in the last minute 32 to tie the score at 12 all. Kalamazoo College, the Hornets at 2-5 on the year. They've lost 4 games in a row. Looking to end that here today. Whitman is 3-4 overall. They're looking to win their 3rd in a row and to get back to 500 in non-conference play. 4 minutes is how much they put on the clock here in the overtime period. Next goal wins. And I believe that we should start the overtime period with that penalty on Kalamazoo College and Ella Spooner carrying over into overtime. It was a yellow card, 2-minute non-releasable. She is still in the box. So that is notable here. 90 seconds left on the penalty as we go to the draw. Tessa Fuller in there for Kalamazoo College in the orange. Seraphin Miller, the talented first year, in there for Whitman in the white. So Whitman will be a woman up here for the next minute 30. Next goal wins. And if nobody scores in the 4-minute time frame, then we do it again. Kalamazoo College, the Hornets have played in a lot of one-goal games. They played in one on Thursday. Against Whitworth, they lost 13-12. Played in 4 of them last season. It's just not super common at this level of women's lacrosse, but this Hornets team has played in a lot of these type of games. Here we go on the draw. And Sarah Hawkins picks it up for Whitman. The Blues with the ball, and they are a woman up as well. Hornets have another minute 20 left on the penalty. Next goal wins. Hawkins inside, she scores. Whitman with a come-from-behind win. They score 2 goals down the stretch in the final minute 32, and Sarah Hawkins gives them the game winner. 18 seconds into overtime, Hawkins wins it for Whitman. 13-12 in overtime, the golden goal. And with that, the Blues have won 3 games in a row, and they are 4-4 on the year. And flip side for Kalamazoo College for the Hornets, heartbreak again for them. They lose their second consecutive 1-goal game. They have now lost 5 in a row. They're 2-6 on the season. This was a roller coaster affair. Whitman led by 2 at the half. Kalamazoo College battled back. They led 12-10. In the last minute 32, Whitman scored twice to tie it up at 12 apiece. And the golden goal coming from Sarah Hawkins to win it for Whitman. 13-12 is the final score. The Blues will play next at home on Monday against Chapman, school from Southern California. That is Monday at 11 a.m. Kalamazoo College, meanwhile, will continue their road trip here out west. They'll take on Pacific Lutheran next week, on Wednesday, March 25th. The Blues win it 13-12. Thank you so much for joining us on your Saturday afternoon. That's going to wrap up our coverage here. A big shout out to all of our Flow Sports crew. Austin Samuels saying so long for now here from James Hayner Field on the campus of Whitman College in Walla Walla.